दिया है तो वो वाला चेंज कर दूँ.
You want to change the wallet, like network, right?
हाँ.
To change the network, you need to go to the wallet and select the network. Whatever change you make here, it will be reflecting. So I will be showing you that. So this is no trace. I will be. Bootcamp उसका इसका.
Sir, the Google Docs is asking for access.
View access. Oh. Yeah, Mr.
उसका नाम सस्मिता है. SASMITA MISHRA. दूसरा नाम पढ़ना नहीं आता, नाम नहीं पता, कोई नाम लेता है. लिस्ट दे
So guys, if you guys, I just deploying this contract on chain. So whenever you are deploying it, again giving you this thing, and you just approve it. Now in the document, I already given you this node trace one, right? Just open this link. So the counter is deployed, and here is the counter address. So when you go to the node trace, this is my the contract address, the location. So just copy it, go to node trace, paste it. So here you can see what really happening in that contract, right? So what it's currently saying is that, can anybody explain? Can anyone say what it's saying? Like it's saying very simple words. You can see the 2 क्या है, मतलब contract is created and how long ago it is marked and what's the transaction fees. These are the things that mainly is getting shown. And if I click on here, and it's a contract, that's why you can see there is a C. I can go here. I need to verify the contract to view all the contract, what is written inside the contract. That will be a later part. So let's see what happened when you guys just open the snow trace one, okay? Let's say I want to decrease the value, but it won't be happening because. Okay, so can somebody tell me what's the difference between UNT and INT? Okay, somebody from there was speaking. Just somebody can stand up a little bit louder. UNT and INT. Unsigned and signed integer. So I used unsigned integer. It only be taking positive numbers. So it's already 0. So whenever I am trying to decrease the function at the beginning, so it will be giving me an error. So I will be increasing it. It's saying I want it increasing fast. So what? Here. Yeah, that doesn't really matter, because even if the count is private, you can't directly view the integer. But if there is a function, like whenever you are declaring anything inside the contract private, you cannot directly take it. Means you cannot external contracts and things like that, they cannot directly see it. But inside the contract you can, like here, what really happened, why I can still view it, because there I made a get function here, right? It's an internal inside the function itself, so it can view it. But from somebody from outside the contract, the scope is only if it's a private variable. The scope of the variable is up to the contract itself. So nobody from outside can access it. So I have a function get that is inside the function, so inside the contract, so it can view it. So now if I reload here. Okay, so guys, it is for some reason taking the time. I have increased it by 2, right? So whenever I'm making a transaction, it's seeing what method I have used. Method here, by mean the function that I use the INC to increase the value. Block number. Can somebody explain what are the block numbers? So as I said, there are like blockchain all the storage, right? All the transactions. So it's stored in the block number 54, like ending with 5422. From this is the address which I got. Like this is it's B722. And from to which one? It's the contract address of this contract where I deploy the location of the contract in the blockchain. You can see it's also starting with 0x417, and that is also 0x417. And value, as there is no any kind of payment or thing like that. I didn't transfer any kind of tokens, thing like that. That's why the value is 0 Avalanche. Transaction fees, as I said, every transaction need to pay. So transaction fees and the age. Age is how much time before I have done it. So from here, you can check what are the state changes are there. So let's see what inside the transaction hash. So here, if you go below, like there is click to see less and click to see more, right? You guys can see what input data has been given. So here the input data is increase function that has been called. So you can even see if somebody is entering 1, 2, 3, 4 and things like that. Gosh, did I return? That's the thing. I just want to visit. Which one? 8 address. Okay guys, one thing I don't know, why 13 people has given the same wallet address. Okay. So basically, if you are using the same wallet address, it's very difficult for you guys. So there, I guess, you guys can edit your wallet address. So again, I'm showing you what is the wallet address. So in the question, your wallet address should be the account that you have created. For my, I have this many account, let's say workshop, that is my main primary access wallet. So I will be just pasting that. It should be different. 13 people can't have same wallet address. So I will be saying whoever have given the wrong wallet addresses, please edit it. Like I can check here, I've given the 8. So do you guys want me to call the names who have given the same wallet addresses? Or like you guys can change it? So let's do one thing. You guys understand like how state changes are working. Let's see another example.
So,
Any question?
डिप्लॉय करने के बाद वो ट्रांजैक्शन सक्सेसफुल होकर वो जो ग्रीन टिक दिखा रहा है उसके बाद क्या करें?
You can after when you see the green tick here, na, here if I go here, this green tick means the transaction is successful. If it's a wrong, like let's say right now it's 2, right? Let's decrease this to 2 times.
So but मेरा वो डिक्रीज इंक्रीज गेट वो सब नहीं दिखा रहा है.
You deploy the contract, right?
Yes.
Check whether you is it saying counter this is written there?
Yes sir.
Try to redeploy it once. Okay. कुछ नहीं दिखा रहा है, right? मैं समझ गया. So basically it's showing like this.
Yes.
Click on it. It's minimized.
यस सर आया आ गया सर फिर क्या करना है
Just play around with it. You will be seeing how the transaction, but your one is in the local network. Like Remix also provide a local network. So soon, like I will be like sending you guys the token soon.
शिवा जरा हुआ ट्रांजैक्शन हुआ
So I guess like these things, I guess you guys can understand primitive. Like there is clear. Okay, one thing. Can guys somebody sir, you like there is UNT 8, UNT 256, UNT let's say 16. The number at the last, what does it represent? These are basic CS questions. Size, right? So basically in solidity, as I said, the size little bit matters. Though it's take very few, but if you write only UNT or INT, it will be taking the default size 256. Let's say you wanted to like default the size, right? You don't want like more than 16 digit of a number. Like instead of like running a function, checking whether it's a 16 digit or not, you can just say UNT, I guess 4 or 8 something like that. Second, there is address. Address itself is a variable here, primitive data type. Okay, so address, you can just write address and store somebody's address like here. You can see public address and address can be stored like this. There is byte data type, and these are mainly things you can use, and you can already have seen string data type. Okay, there are two things. There is a constant and immutable. You may think like both of them are kind of similar, but okay, so here one thing, the constant and immutable, these are the two things you guys may think, let's say ki both of them are working in a very similar manner, right?
Yes sir.
That you cannot change it. And then there you guys see the constructor. So in C, or if you take the knowledge from others, that is not how constructor works here. So constructor is a special function here. It only runs when you are deploying the contract. It's only runs for once. So let's say you create a contract that will be used by multiple of people. You can't hard code the value, right? You may give access to somebody else only during the deploy time. So that is when only the time the constructor will be running. So let's say you wanted to deploy a contract, and at that time you want to send like give access to it. You will be manually giving the access. So but after that you don't want that to be changed. So that's the time when you guys are going to be using the immutable. So in immutable you can see a constructor, right? So they are written immutable, and value will be set in immutable only once, that is inside the constructor when you are running the constructor. But in constant, it's different. If you make something constant and deploy the contract, you can't even change it in the constructor. So constant should be the value. Let's say some hard-coded value, or doing some mathematical problems that you know that should never be. Let's say I need to be 2 to the power 8 for every equation, and I doesn't need to be like doing that in a constructor, right? But if I wanted, I will be keeping it as a constant. But for immutable, I wanted, let's say, I wanted to give access to the people who will, when I'm deploying the contract. So that's the time when you guys will be using immutable. Okay, so here is something. Let's say you create, so after the break, soon we will be having a break. So everyone know like how to write like right now, right? A basic one. We will be doing how to read and write. So here you can see. Here there is a taken a number and a set function. It's very simple. Just set a function. You pass a parameter, public, and you are setting this to this, the number. And this one is public, and you can just do it. Any questions right now? It is similar how you guys do it in a JavaScript, right? You just write a function name, then pass the parameters what you wanted to do, and you can just set it, and it's done. So blocks, as I said, like so he asked me why it's showing me the old transaction of a person, right? So in blockchain, everything is stored permanently, and I don't want my data to be deleted. As I said, in blockchain, everything is immutable. Immutable means what? You can't delete it, and I need transaction to interact with it. Whether the contract interact with it, whether you interact, whoever interact with it, everything will be shown here. So guys, I guess it's lunch time. So I would suggest everyone go to Solidity by example. Look up to. I guess you guys, whoever wanted to look whatever up, how much you can cover. If you have any questions after the lunch, let's take up the questions. And after the lunch, you guys, what we're going to do is that you guys going to be deploy your own blockchain network. Okay, and then you guys are going to be deploying the contracts on your blockchain network and check. That's a simple thing. You guys won't be getting any Explorer for right now, but as I have all the account address, like wallet addresses, so don't lose that account, because like I'm planning to like dropping tokens to each of those addresses, like 2-3 Avalanche tokens, so that you guys can interact with the C chain and like can see it in the Explorer what's really happening. And just one thing guys, do like whoever done the mistakes. Okay, now I guess everyone has changed their wallet address. Nice. So we will be sending tokens in this wallet addresses. And you guys will be getting the token soon, so that you guys can explore. Chicken home. Okay. Which one? Where you can see the chicken? Can you? Okay. You guys are looking at the like let's say main Explorer, right? The last transaction chicken. Okay, one thing, I guess these are the contracts name. You guys can just check. These are the latest transaction that happened. You guys can go and check what's really inside them. So it's a contract. So when a contract is verified, right, you guys can go and check what the contract is doing. So using any snow trace, you can check out anything that is deployed on the blockchain. You just know what you need to know. Can anybody guess? To check anything in the blockchain, what you need to know? You just need to know the address and you can check it out. You can even trace back who are interacting with it.
Yes.
Great guys. So we will be continuing after the lunch, and after the lunch, you guys, like I'm giving you a heads up what you need to know. We will be deploying the GitHub code spaces again, and you guys will be deploying a few contracts. And after that, I'm planning will be dropping some tokens in the C chain in your accounts, and you can like deploy the code again in the C chain, and you can check it does no trace whether the transaction will happen or not.
250 AVAX जो कि मैं एयर ड्रॉप करूँगा सबको जिससे कि कर पाए. बट लेट्स डू अ थिंग कि नॉर्मली ड्रॉप करें या लाइक लेट्स से आई नीड टू सेंड इट. ओके तो गया, देन आई नीड टू क्लिक ऑन सेंड. भाई एक एक करके अगर इधर मेरे तो इधर 70 अराउंड लोगों ने रजिस्टर किया, राइट. इट विल टेक गुड अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम, राइट, वन बाय वन. सो व्हाई डोंट वी राइट अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट? बैच ट्रांजैक्शन, I guess batch transaction. So यहाँ से तो बैच ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं होगा. So one thing we can do is write our own contract to send multiple people a token. So for that, again we will be going to Solidity by example. So first thing, what are the things that we really need to transfer a token? Public address of everyone that I have already taken, right? Then I need the token, so I have that amount of token. Then I need to know how can I transfer it, right? So let's see in the example, is there anything? Okay, there is a thing called send ether. Or so first I look into payable, right? What payable does is that whenever you want to send something in blockchain, any function that the code you need to, it code have to be payable. That code you need to pay to the code, or it can pay to other. So if you don't say a code is payable, it won't be paying to anyone. So function deposit payable. Okay, so you doesn't need to even write it. So let's do one thing. Let's write a code. I will just copy this payable thing. And on the other hand, you guys can do one thing. You guys can so we can open a code spaces, right? But I was saying that our issue is that it was getting closed, right? 30 minutes अगर use नहीं कर रहे हो. So just go to settings in your GitHub. Open your GitHub website and GitHub settings. And here, if you just scroll down a little, no, don't even need to scroll down. It's saying code spaces. And here default idle time, right? It's saying 30 minutes. And max you can go for 240. So I will just set it to 240. Okay, 240. And save it. So now at least for next 4 hours, my code spaces won't be going down.
So can you show it again?
Okay, click on your image, go to settings. Here you have GitHub code spaces, click on it. And now if you go scroll down, there is a thing called default ideal timeout. And you see maximum value is 240, just set it to 240 and save it. So sometimes what happened, like when you are coding or something like that, 30 minutes passed down in a minute, right, in a flash. So just change it to 240 so that it stay updated for 240 minutes. And once done, just create your own blockchain. Avalanche blockchain deploy. Not getting. Are you guys logging into GitHub?
Windows, Apple.
So I guess by now everyone is habituated with this step.
Do we have to create
We are deploying a new one. New one. For everyone, create their own. For now. If the just check whether you can fetch the data or not from there. If you can fetch the data, is it like still running? Like sometimes they stop few services, and then what's happened, like let's say some part of your code is running in the GitHub cloud and some part is not, then it's giving error. So better to just create a new code space and add it. Okay. So here it's done. So now I will go to Remix. And let's see, I need to add the network.
तो उसका यू
you want to increase the cache limit of your transaction.
हाँ, it's में error रहा था तो क्योंकि it's some other error, so I didn't.
मतलब डिप्लॉय उसका नहीं हो रहा.
हाँ, so try to deploy it in locally, like not on a chain for now. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So check. Hello. Sorry for the delay. Like there are some issue in the remix ID itself. So it wasn't showing me my blockchain balance by that time. So let's start writing the contract, right? Let's name it airdrop dot sol. So what is the first thing that we need to write in a smart contract? What we need to say? Pragma, right? It's the version that you're going to be using. So let's just copy it from here. Then when we start writing a contract, what's the main, like how do we, where we encapsulate the whole thing? Contract. And I want to name it airdrop. So what are the things that we need, do you guys think? What kind of functions do you think I will be needing? Like let's just define it, like what we wanted to do. We wanted to give tokens to everyone in here. So for that we need to know everyone's address. Yeah.
It shows the addresses of the different user IDs, like where we need to transfer.
Great. So let me just think it in a like this way. Why I should? Let's say today I give you 5 AVEX and again you need it tomorrow. So let's say I will be again need to say okay, run the program again and again need to, like now we have 70 addresses. Again I need to copy paste all those 70 addresses, create like sort it out in a way and then again send it to you guys, right? So what if I just save those things? I can just save it, right? which addresses, like when I run the program, I just only once pass those all addresses together, and whenever you guys needed it, I can airdrop everyone together, right? So we will be needing an array of addresses. So let's say I don't wanted to add any addresses anywhere later on. So what can we do? So which we will use data structure, data type, address, right? Address. Let's say addresses. What else do we need? Anyone? Do you want anyone to like airdrop from this contract? Let's give it a thing. Do you want, like, let's say I transfer some of the tokens here, right? And I give this airdrop thing. Whenever somebody clicks it, everyone's get an airdrop, right? But do you think that everyone should have access to the airdrop button? So we need to give an access, right? Who can do it, who cannot do it. So which address can do it, I need to specify it, right? So let's say address owner, and let's make them public. So I just wanted to store all the addresses at the first. Let's say अभी 50 लोगों ने किया है, right? मैं 50 के बाद और किसका लूँगा ही नहीं, उन 50 को ही मैं बार बार एयर ड्रॉप देता रहूँगा. तो what should I do it? Like I won't be adding any function like add addresses, right? But I wanted to add those addresses when I want to run the contract. So what should I use? Any guesses? Okay, let's check again what are there. Okay, there is something called constructor, right? So a constructor is an operational function that execute upon contract creation. So basically it's only constructor take place only when the contract is deployed, and it will be never gonna take place again. So if I wanted to add the addresses at the beginning and never again, so I will be definitely using a constructor. So how to declare a constructor? Let's see. So we just write constructor and it's done. So constructor, I will be passing an array address. Okay, so whenever you are storing an array, right? So basically everything work in a stack here. How many of you know about stack and heap memories, right? Or at least have a basic idea of stack and heap? So basically this code are usually stored in a stack based memory. But whenever I wanted to like store something which don't have any kind of storage defined, like how much storage going to be it's going to be stored in heap memory. So that's why we need to write address whenever, like, arrays specifically stored in heap memories. So I have to write memory, and okay, the thing is gone. So I need to, everyone know, right, what should be the next step? I need to store all these addresses to end this address, right? So how can we do that? Just a basic.
Airdrop addresses equals to add address.
So it won't be cloning all, right? So how you iterate in a loop? For loop. So I just need to write a for loop. Oh. So this one will be adding the addresses. Okay, next again see, then let's say I wanted to store some tokens in my address, right? So I will again go to my examples and let's see payable. So here payable say to deposit it, just write function public deposit, not payable. Okay, here it's a very interesting thing they have given. If you don't define a function payable, you won't be able to pay through it. So how does that work? So I will be just pasting this to command. Yeah. Okay. Any more? I guess this is good enough. So let's just give it a try. So here when I go to the deploy button, and let's not do it in network, I just will use a local thing. So first I need to give some addresses. Okay, that's easy. So I just copy some addresses. For now just I will be pasting. Okay, got it. Oh, okay, great. So there was an error from my side, like I forget that I need to use push instead of like I am sending it physically like one by one iteration. So this is how you can add. And one thing that you guys need to remember, I can't zoom this part. Whenever you are adding anything through an array, it has to be in remix here. It has to be in square brackets. If it's a string, double quotation. If it's an address, double quotation. If it's any kind of integer and no quotation, but it will be separated by different commas. So constructor is working. Now next is we need to make a payable function. So let's go and let's check for the payable one. So let's try this both function. So now next, let's see. We have 99 ethers here, right? So let's say I need to have this, like I need to, as there is a constructor. So you just can't bypass a constructor. You have to pass the value for the constructor. It is the first function that's going to be run. So I will be keeping this thing same. Let's say I keep it a copy. And now I transact. So again, okay, it's open. And then there, okay, I forget to save the contract. Yeah, now you can see a deposit and a non-payable, right? So what's the difference between a red, a orange and a blue, right? Here. So basically Remix help you to try what's really doing what using the colors. So previously we see that the blue ones are only for, let's say, for viewing the functions. So as I added only one address, right? So let's just say 0. So I can see what address is stored at the 0th position, but if I press 1, it's giving me a error. It's not showing anything. And if I click on the owner, so owner kind now, whenever you are not sending anything, it's marked toward the 0th address. So non-payable thing, here if you go a little bit up, right, there is a thing called value. There is a way A. So I just go to ether. So one more thing about the way, GUI, Finny, these are Ethereum or the value of the token itself only. But if I say one AVAX or one ETH, if I to be more specific, one ETH is sometimes a very high value right now. It's around $200, but I need to pay a little bit lesser. So there's come way and GUI. Way is 10 to the power 18, 10 to the power 16 of what Ethereum ETH is. So it's a decimal value of it. So let's say I wanted to do it in Ethereum right now. So let's say I write 1, or let's do one thing. I select way only and I want to send 1, like it is 99, right? I want to send at least 1 to make it 98. So I need to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 18, and then again I pay this, but it's not sending any kind of money. Like I wanted to send, but I still have 99, but it's still here, right? And if I click the red one, deposit, shows the gas limit. Okay, my calculation was a little bit wrong, so I just only able to send 0.01 ether. So let's do one more time. So now I send. So can you guys understand what's really happening? I'm depositing some amount of token. So if the way calculation is wrong, like what I am doing, I'm not able to send 1 ether. It's not this one. I just cut it. So it's still 0.1 Ethereum. Ether is save here. So I will just change it to ether and just write 10 here. And if I click the red one, okay, now I have sent the 10 ether. But can you guys know one thing? I have deposited, right, the tokens here, but I cannot take it out because I didn't. This is one thing. Whenever you are writing a code, let's say you want to test it, and you are depositing token here, and you wanted to, like, let's say give interest, something like that kind of thing you are building, and you forget to add a withdraw function. What will happen? Will you get the funds back? Sorry guys, you are not getting the funds back. So you have to always be prepared for a safety precaution where you write a withdraw function. Else the money is stuck in the contract, it's stuck in the contract. Nobody can help you out with that. So one thing we understand that we have to make a payable function to deposit the token. And now what we need is, let's say whatever address I added, that can go or that can get a airdrop, right? So now I need to create a function where I can transfer the value. So let's see where I can transfer the value. So here we have a after payable sending ETH. So they have mentioned different kind of method, right? They are given send by transfer, send by send, send by call. But if you see, like, upper two methods has been restricted, that they are still being used, but they are no longer recommended. It has already written there. So it is now mainly uses send by call. So function, let's copy this. By the way, are you guys trying alongside? Because you guys can try it, because I'm using the local one that gives by the remix. So I just paste this table is given there, and I'm sending an address. So what is the address? Is the address that I want to send to. Address the person you want to send the tokens to. Okay. Then bool send message memory data to called message.value and require send. Okay, let's try. Again, I need to give a So what's error? It is like gas limit increase, right? So let's see what they have sent. Okay, guys, see, one thing you can see there are multiple addresses right here. Just select any of the addresses that are still as 100 ether. Do one thing, just copy any of the. Let's say I copied this upper one, I go there, and here you can see copy the account, and I send it by call. I copy it and I paste it here. And again I go back to my this account which has 60 plus tokens, and again I need to, let's say, set the value. So to transfer it I need to set the value. So I just said 1 or 10 and transact, and it's a green one, so that's mean that it has already been transacted. So let's see. So now how much token I have? I have 59 token, and now if I check the upper one I have 120 tokens. So this is how you can transfer it, right? So now we can transfer it to one address. Now we have to think of a way to transfer it to multiple addresses. So one thing we understand here, how to send to.call, and then value is message.value, and here it's something if any kind of text message or anything you wanted to send, but this is only the thing that you need. So let's say how can we do? So again we need a for loop. But guys, let's say I don't want to send message.value. Okay, this has a thing. Message.value, if I go and give, let's say an array, I'm running an array, right? And what I wanted to do, I want to deposit the token in the contract, and whatever amount of token I have, I want to equally divided it among you guys. So let's say even if I deposit one AVEX, I want 50 of you get at least one AVEX, whatever the AVEX there is, one AVEX will be divided among the 50 people. If there is 50 AVEX, everyone get one AVEX. If there is 10 AVEX, everyone get 50 divided 0 point something AVEX. So for the value, I would like to, let's make a simple maths. So I will check. Balance. I will create a function called balance. It won't be taking any kind of, I want to make it public, as it only a view function, means It won't do anything else. It will be just checking. And even it is not a pure. So you guys will understand what pure and view is. So basic understanding, pure function are standalone function. It doesn't need any local variable or global. It doesn't need any global variable. And view are for if you wanted to, let's say I wanted to check who is the owner of this contract, right? It's looking into the global variable inside. So that time it's a view function. And pure functions are like standalone function. They doesn't need any kind of other variables inside the contract. So public pure return this dot right. Okay, address this dot balance. So one more thing, whenever you are returning a value in the function, you have to write returns and what type of data you want to return. Like mine one is an address. So one thing, whenever you're writing in remix, it's give you all the errors. So like, even though I said it's a pure like standalone function, but I missed a point that whenever you are reading the balance, right, it's in the contract. So it's checking into the contract internal, there are some function. So it's checking that. So it's no more a pure function. It's become a view function. Again, we go to deploy. Let's paste any address I wanted to do. Transact. Now I want to deposit some token. So I want to send not 10 this time, 1 only. And I paste deposit. So now it's saying my balance is 110 to the power 18, right? It's 18 zeros. I don't need to calculate that. So why is that? Because in contract, can anybody, you just wanted to, so in contract they doesn't save something called 1 ETH, 1 AVAX or something like that. They save it into 10 to the power 18 format. So I send 1, so 1 into 10 to the power 18. So that's why it has 18 zeros. So that's why they have a like calculation of conversion of way, gate, things like that, so that it's become easy. Let's say you don't want to always do transaction in like 1 ETH or 1 AVAX, right? It can be low, but in Solidity one thing that isn't there, that is floating point. So that's why they used 10 to the power 18, things like that, to get the floating point. So the precision goes to up to 10 to the power 18. You can make it more precise, but it usually like 10 to the power 18 is a very big number, like they don't go over that or below that in terms of money or anything. But if you want, you can make it 10 to the power 100 and up to 10 to the power 256 because that's the maximum UNT can store. Okay, now I know what the balance is. I have a deposit function. So again we coming back to send by call. So now let's say I don't want to send the message dot value. I can set the value later on. So first I need to send, let's say I wanted to send it to 2 person instead of 1, right? Whoever in the array I want to. So for that I need to run a loop.
মেডিটেশন চল रहा করতে পারছে
हाँ अरे मेरे আমার নিজের এরর আসছে তো I didn't write the code out of the blue, so I'm just writing with them so that they can also understand how the things work. Yeah. So guys, let's do a thing. So as you can see, sometimes error coming up for me, right? I didn't write it out throughout, so I didn't plan, it was on the go. let's do one thing. You guys also try to find the error, what could be the error I am doing. What do you say that? So I'm doing this because, whenever you're writing a smart contract, you doesn't always remember what you're going to be using. And it's better to find your way. Like you see, the guide is here already, and guide has everything that you need, but you guys need to read it out and find where is the error is. Like before that, I couldn't find where the balance was one. I said view, but so just do one thing alongside your code and try to find if you guys can find it faster than me, and if you Okay, let's do one thing. What we do when you don't get to remember what you have to do? Best thing to do. Any idea? You ask ChatGPT, right? Everyone should. Like tomorrow you're going to be stuck most of the time. So let's say I pin down the code, and it's good to use ChatGPT. And let's say find the bug and explain the issue. And what's the bug right now? I want I want to transfer the value equally to I guess ChatGPT is smart enough to get all my spelling mistake too. The reason which it has given me, if it's true, then like give it a minute, my page. So the issue was very simple. When I was running a loop, I was giving equals to, let's say I equals to array dot length. So it was not greater than equals to array dot length. So let's say array start from 0, right? But let's say I only have one element in an array. It will be giving me 1. Everyone knows that. But start with 0. So if I said it's go up to 1, then it won't be working, right? It is going out of bound. So that same error was happening. So when I write this code, it's still, you guys can, I deleted it. I have by mistaken also added a equals to. So these are the things that we forget sometimes and started to think what error in our code is, but it's sometimes our basic logical errors. Yeah, it's back. So let's try again. So let's give it an address. Can you guys give me another laptop? उसका लगे रहा यार, एक सेकंड देना. अकाउंट नहीं दिखा रहे मेरा अभी, ऊपर एक भी अकाउंट नहीं दिखाई रहे. ओके, जस्ट नीड टू चेक वन थिंग.
साइनिंग नहीं हो रहा है.
नहीं, फॉर सम रीज़न अकाउंट्स ही नहीं आ रहे हैं इधर. लेट्स ट्रांजैक्ट हियर. ओके, मैं दूसरा अकाउंट से किया हूँ.
लास्ट स्टेप पे हो नहीं रहा.
Send by balance. Why it's giving send by balance? Airdrop dot solve. नहीं तो होना चाहिए. Yeah, made the changes.
एयरड्रॉप एड्रेसेस का ऑप्शन नहीं लिखा.
Constructor है. Token transfer payable. This is the transfer value balance. So it's same code as mine, but it's not saying send by value बार बार. So वही मैं देख रहा हूँ. Yeah, token transfer done. I guess code save नहीं हो रहा था properly. Let's give it a 10 again and transfer token, and it's 39 and it's 109. Okay guys, oh, I need to change the laptop, so anything can give you error. So like in mine one, the screen is like accounts are not coming up. So here do not allow. So here after this, let's say I again deploy this contract and now it's working. Let's give two address instead of one. So I have this one. Let's copy it and just format it here. First address is this 0AB, and next address is this. And we need to change the account to 39.1 and transact. So now we have added two accounts, right? So your two addresses are not public. So I want to transfer token. Let's give 20. So I transferred just 20 tokens. So you guys can see, right? I had 39, right? Before doing it. Okay, I will do it again as most of you didn't notice it. So right now I have 19 tokens, right? I have passed these two addresses here. So you can see those two addresses. One have 119, one has 109, right? Tokens. So let's say I wanted to send this, like rest of the 10 tokens out of 19 I want to send. So I will be writing 10 here. And can somebody guess like how much token will be transferred? So it said message.value, right? So one thing all of you thinking, what is the message.value? Whatever the amount you want to transact is set in message.value. So message.value slash airdrop addresses dot length. So what's the length here? 1 2. It will be whatever amount I want to send divided by 2. So it's done, and if I again transfer dot token, here I have 19 and I say transfer. It's a green symbol, right? Giving green symbol means it's transaction taking place. Okay, here now I have only 9. Okay, let's see. I have 124 and 114. So one thing guys, did you guys notice, and one more thing, not whole token value. So whenever you are transacting a value here, for like they cutting the gas fees from there too. So this is how you can, like, I'm able to send everyone a balance, right? So do you think what else we can, like, anyone want a task, right? This, like, I can using this, I can send you guys, all of you, are tokens, right? It is nothing more. But let's say, but it is sending from myself, right? I have to be in my account. Let's say I want to create a mechanism. I want to keep the token in the contract. Okay, first I need to deposit in the contract. Then every address can take up to 20 to, let's say not 20, 5 tokens. And after that, that address need to wait for, let's say, a day or 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Let's say wait for 6 hours. So you take out 5 tokens. You have to wait for again 6 hours to take out another 5 tokens. And let's say I don't give you, like, whenever I withdraw, to make it little bit less complicated, I can withdraw it. Whenever I withdraw it, I will be getting 5 tokens. So once I withdraw, I need to wait for 6 hours, then only I can withdraw another token dot. So this one. And let's say I wanted to, like, transfer. Somebody or one of you, somebody suddenly came, say, hey, I forget to add my wallet address. So what else can I do, keep it here? So I already want to take a challenge, this challenge. So I will be everyone have the access to the docs, right? I will be like, it's better I paste the, okay, it's not here. So I will be pasting the contract here. What are the things you guys can do? I guess everyone have a GitHub, right? So I guess I will be creating a GitHub repo, or you guys just create a GitHub repo and submit the GitHub repo, okay? That will be it. So I will be giving a doc, what are the things you guys need to do. So by tomorrow, I guess you guys will be able to write what are the things you guys need to know. So one thing that you guys will be doing is the transferring of tokens, I guess, because let's say somebody create a lottery game. So what kind of things? Let's talk about something more. What kind of things do you guys want to build tomorrow? Anyone? Like, all of you are participating in the hackathon, right? What are the things you guys wanted to build tomorrow? Any idea? Okay, nobody wanted to share their idea, so that ठीक है, that is also. Then what else can by to कितने बजे से start है hackathon? 10 बजे से, right? So you guys, how many of you want to, like, little bit of a side event during the hackathon? Like, let's say you guys not able to build a project, but let's say you guys able to write some cool smart contract. How many of you are interested in that too? Nobody. Okay, at the back, many are interested, right? See, hackathons are the place where you are come to learn. Okay, वो नहीं है कि जीतना ही पड़ेगा हमेशा. Like, giving a not fun fact, hard fact, that before winning a single hackathon, I lost around 6 hackathons. उसमें से तो 5 में तो मैं कुछ बनाया नहीं. First 2 में तो मैं जाग गया, खाना खाया, सो गया. और हाँ, स्टिकर उठा के लाया था, और कुछ नहीं था मेरा. मैं गया, सो गया कि क्या बनाना है. मेरे टीममेट्स बना रहे हैं, मैं ऐसे देख रहा हूँ. So after sometimes, okay, नहीं, मुझे कुछ बनाना पड़ेगा. But one thing that I made are really good friends and people who have ideas and like what they can do better and what my idea is missing. Some of you may think like I have a very good idea, somebody can copy it, right? This is things that runs in our brain most of the time. But one thing I would say, like, sharing your idea sometimes doesn't mean like other people let copy it. One thing that's most important is execution, right? Like Amazon is there, Same thing goes for Flipkart is there, right? Then come Blinkit. Blinkit started doing first was like telling snacks, but now you see they are also sending SSDs, electronics along with like Flipkart, but I'm getting within a second. So these are the things are about execution. You may think that your idea is something, but later on people started to questioning it. And you guys, okay, these are the flaws in my project, these are the flaws in my ideas. So you sometimes need to talk about your projects. It's not that you always hide it. And at the same time, you shouldn't only be talking about it, you should be building it and implement the changes that you think are missing in your project. So that's the thing I wanted to give you. And if anybody needs, I guess their WhatsApp group is open to everyone. You guys can like, or you guys can take my, oh yeah, phone. You guys can text me in the Telegram. It is capital O X capital S O. का laptop? किसका laptop है? So I guess I will be sharing my Telegram in the group. So instead of WhatsApp, it will be better if you guys reach out me क्योंकि WhatsApp में message नीचे चला जाता है और दिखाई नहीं देता. Telegram is much better. So these are the things. So any questions till now? Like anything you wanted to know but you didn't get it through here. So let's say you want to save any kind of data, right? How can you do that? So I will be showing you few more. Oh, this is not. I would say like everything is there. Mostly you will be needing up to here sending ETH and all. Function selector, creating a contract from another contract. Maybe this one may be needed. But apart from that, if you guys able to cover up to this, like this, all this, you may think, oh my god, so many things, right? But these are like very small things. Like what's a function? You guys already know about functions, right? How to write a function. Then what's the difference between pure and view function? These are very simple things. But one thing that you guys will be needing, let's say reading and writing a smart contract, you also know that. Just try to play with it. And I will be sharing the doc, what are the things that needed to be added. And let's give it a try. You guys have, I guess, up to today 2 AM, like रात के 12 बजे के बाद 2 घंटे. I don't want to keep it till tomorrow, or what should be a better option for that? So the contract that has been written here, so there will be some modification that they will be doing. Like I will be giving in the doc, I will be pasting the code and will like give some kind of issues like I want to add this function, add this function. So they will be creating their own GitHub repos and like updating it. Like this is my repo, check whether it is correct or not. I can, if I had time, I will be like making a GitHub repo and you guys can just push your codes there too. But it will be better you guys keep your own GitHub repos. So which one? What do you think? Tomorrow, like before hackathon, like they do it. Okay. Great. So any questions, guys? No questions. Everything kind of clear. So I would say there will be lots of questions. Go give it a read to the Solidity by examples. Anything stuck there, anything like even if you have a project idea and things that is not there, you guys need to know. So the questions will be arising and like text me in the Telegram. Great. Yes. So go for today.